3, 2, 1. Hey friends, Janky here, and welcome back to the lab. I got another sweet game for you guys, as always, so let's move right on into Phase 1 and let me tell you about it. Today, we are playing the demo for a game known as Get to the Orange Door, done in the style of Super Hot. This is a parkour FPS, that is first-person shooter, developed by Andrew Smith and published by Arcade Coin. And that's basically what I know about it. It's literally a game about getting to an orange door. And that's what I know. So, I think without further ado, let's try to start the game, shall we? I think. Yo? Hello? We good? Okay, I'm kind of using a controller, so I don't know if it's... Okay, look. Phase 2, tutorial. Here we go. Can I look around? Nope. Alright. Hello? Okay, alright. Turn around. Space to jump. What if I'm using a controller, though? Wait. Can you look around? Is that an option? Hello? Oh. Well, why can I... What? Oh, okay. I was just using the wrong stick. Okay. Great. Welcome to the demo. We will be going through 4 areas of the final game: the edge, grid, downpour, and sand trap. Right now we are in the tutorial, which takes place in the edge. From here, you'll be able to complete the game in whichever order you choose. Or you can go the traditional route and just play through each level one by one. To skip the tutorial, just enter the door here. Nope. Okay, press space. Hold something to sprint. Alright, hold on. Let me figure out what sprint is here. Sprint. What thing is going to make me sprint? That's not sprint. 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 Where are you? I'm playing on... Okay, first of all, I should preface this by saying that I'm doing this on a controller because I'm lazy and I don't want to reach over to my keyboard. But... strangely enough, for once, this is a game with controller that actually gives you the controls and on keyboard. Normally, whenever you play games that have controller and keyboard options, they give you the controls on the keyboard. Not for this. You wanna... Okay, whatever. What? No. Okay.
Please proceed to the end of this obstacle course.
Okay. Jump onto the edge of a surface to clamber. Okay. Like... What? What on earth? What? What are you doing? Oh, okay. You wanted me to, like, get up here. Okay. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted either. Come on. Come on. Okay. Hello. Hello. What are you doing? Jump to the edge of a... Yeah. I got that. Now what? Now I'm up here. And you're not letting me get up. This is silly. Yeah, so how do I get up? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let me just readjust myself. Sorry for the pause there. I just had to get the keyboard out because there was absolutely no way to Oh, no. What? No. There is no way to play this on a controller right now. It may say controller supported, but they do not have all that programmed in yet. So, hell no to that. Alright, tap shift while in midair. Oh, okay. Press space twice to double jump. Okay. To wall run, jump onto the surface of a wall. Boom. Get up. There we go. Okay. You can chain wall runs together by jumping from one wall to another. Oh, crap. Yeah. And up we go. And across to the other one. Nice. That was mostly luck, but that's okay. We're doing it, Reddit. We're doing it. Hey, look, I found the orange door. This is much better on keyboard. What now? Okay. Where do I go? Oh. I have a sword now. Where? Where? The orange doors disappeared. Where do you want me to go? I guess follow the line back. Okay, that's the thing about chaining wall runs. I don't know. Where do you want me to go? Good Lord. What do you want from me here? I'm confused. God, finally I made it back up here. Ugh, this tutorial is just the worst. Just the worst. Just the worst. It is awful. I hate that. Nope. Screw. Okay, screw it. Screw it. Alright, that's the end of the tutorial then. I'm not even going to bother with the rest of it. I'll figure it out as I go. Alright. That's... okay. Tutorial over. Time to move into... Phase 3. Gameplay. I'm going to fade away. I'm going to play some of this game without my commentary, which is probably for the best. And, we'll see where it goes. So, I will see you on the other side of Phase 3 gameplay for my final conclusions. Until then, enjoy the gameplay. Hey friends, Janky here, back again for Phase 4 of Janky's Lab, Conclusions. So let me key in on my final thoughts on Get to the Orange Door. But first, let's pull out that sideboard and pull up Experimental Bias and talk a little bit about the things that bias me toward this game, shall we? First off, let me just say that this is a demo of the finished game. So, obviously, it's just a small fraction of the game. It's not the whole thing, so there may be things that I'm missing, and maybe the things that I'm missing are, like, key to my understanding of the game. Or maybe I'm missing some key factor that would either shift me positively or negatively toward the game. So, it is worth noting that what I played is just a demo. That being said, I did get through the whole demo, so I did get through everything there was to get through, except I did rage quit the tutorial, but we'll get to that a little later in cons. So, for now, let's just say I completed the demo, shall we? Then, one last experimental bias that I want to bring up. Generally, when it comes to FPS parkour games, I like them. I like parkour. I think it's really fun to do in games, particularly because I can't do it in real life. So I'm like, anytime I can do parkour in a game, I'm just like, hell yeah. Balls to the walls. Let's parkour. And it's awesome and it's sweet and I love it. So, parkour, beautiful, beautiful. I love doing parkour in games. I love FPS parkour games. They're sweet. So, those are my experimental biases. We have the demo of the game, but I completed the demo, and also I really like FPS parkour. All valid things to bring up before we get into pros and cons. Now, let's move into pros and cons. I'm sorry, I don't know why I paused there. A dramatic effect, I guess. Okay, so let's get those experimental biases out of the way, and let's pull on pros, shall we? Let me talk to you guys about the pros of this game. First of all, shooting in this game, simple and easy, clean. I like it. You aim the mouse at where you want to shoot, you shoot. Sometimes you even get a cool little reticule on your gun so you can aim it properly, and that's nice. Sometimes you don't, but sometimes you do, and it's nice. Generally, it's wherever your mouse is centered on the screen, that's where you shoot. So it's nice, it's simple, it's clean, I like it. Also, the music was pumpin'. It was sweet. This game got a sweet pumpin' soundtrack. It gets you jazzed for the game. Although, there was one point where I had to go out and turn it down because I'm pretty sure it was going to blow out the speakers and XSplit if I left it the level it was. It was like bumping in my ears, and I was like, "Now let's turn that down." But soundtrack, quality, I like it. And the third thing I want to say in favor of this game is that once it gets going, when you get into the groove of this game, it's a good game. Like, whenever the shooting and the parkour are all going smooth, this game rolls. This game, I like it. You really get into it, and I felt that. Especially toward the end of the game, I was like, yeah, this, and then you hit those rough patches, and you're like, man, get threw off my groove. It was bad. Which brings me over into cons. So, my pros, quick recap of those. Shooting is simple and easy. Love it. Music, beautiful. And once this game gets in its groove, it's great. However, when it's not in its groove, so let's push off the pros, bring on the cons, and let me tell you my thoughts on those. So, here are my cons for this game. First of all, the parkour could be better. The thing is, I think where they went wrong is they gave you too much freedom in the parkour, if that makes sense. Like, you can jump anywhere and try to jump and run off of anything, which is nice, except sometimes I think it's like the programming, it like doesn't know when you want to wall jump or run or whatever, and you like don't connect right, and I don't know, it just gets messy. It was especially messy in the tutorial. Whenever I just like rage quit the tutorial, I'm gonna be honest, I almost stopped playing the game right there. I was like, I was almost to the point of no more. And I almost left this game behind just because I was having so much trouble with those wall jumps and trying to get up to where it was telling me to go. And that just has to do with, like, it's like you don't click into place. I find that with a lot of parkour games, yeah, you have those wall jumps and wall runs and you have to connect for them, but generally, it's not that hard to connect. It's almost like, you make the jump, and as long as you land where you're supposed to land on the jump, then you connect and you keep going, which is great. But in this game, it's literally just like it gives you too much freedom. It gives you too much freedom to move around. And because it gives you so much freedom with the parkour, it doesn't always connect. And then you end up falling, or you end up dropping, or something bad ends up happening to you. It can be very bothersome. Very, very bothersome. And the other thing is that the levels aren't always clear. Now, this kind of got better the more levels that I played. Going into Downpour and Sand Trap, which were the last two levels, those were okay. Those actually had a pretty clear course for you to follow. But the first one, not the edge, not the tutorial, but the grid, the first one, for the first half of that, I had no idea where I was going. And I felt more like I was glitching my way to the end than actually following a path. And that also has to do with the parkour itself, like I was mentioning before. But you just feel like you're not, I don't know, you don't feel like you're playing the game correctly, I guess, because you're not sure where to go, and there are so many options of where to go, and there aren't, like, clearly marked anything, which is nice in some cases, but for a parkour game, it's kind of nice to either have a trail to follow or to have multiple ways to get there. But I guess it's like this. I don't mind having multiple ways to get to a place if it's more like a Grand Theft Auto kind of parkour, a kind of parkour that's grounded in a city and a real place. But if we're in a floating Tron zone, I would much rather have a marked path, or at least a couple marked paths that I can follow, rather than just try to, like, figure out how to get to point A to point B all by myself, because that's just like and then I should have cut it there, but I didn't. I apologize. But then the third thing is camera angles. Ooh, my goodness. Sometimes those camera angles are terrible. And this also plays into the parkour, because particularly whenever you were jumping off walls, you had to be staring at the platform you wanted to land on in order for your jump to go where you wanted it to go. But if you're running across a wall and you're trying to deal with, like, people shooting at you, and you have to, like, also move your mouse so that you're looking at the platform, it can be a lot to cover all at once, is what I'm trying to say. And so normally with, like, the shooting and stuff, the camera angle's fine. I'm cool with it just following the mouse. But in certain situations, like whenever you're trying to do the parkour, it can be really hard to do. It can be really hard to control the camera while also trying to parkour. So that, I feel like, and I don't know what exactly my suggestion is for that, but I just feel like maybe that's not the easiest way to go about the parkour in this game, right? And then a fourth thing that I can mention that I won't put on the list, but originally I started playing with a controller because there was a controller option to this game. The controller option isn't great. The keyboard actually was fine. The keyboard was very easy to control with. But the controller, not great. Not a great choice. I wouldn't recommend. Okay, so those are my cons for this game. You have the parkour is a little sketchy sometimes because you're just so free to do whatever you want. The levels can be kind of unclear where you're trying to go exactly. And the camera angles can sometimes be a little messed up to the point where it's kind of hard to see exactly what you're trying to do. Okay, so with all of these pros and cons and experimental biases in mind, let's push the cons out the way and bring on Janky's experimental scale. Yay, experimental scale! As you guys know, there are 5 possible options: smashing success, promising results, more trials needed, revisions required, and acid kid. I'm going to be honest, like I said before, when I rage quit the tutorial, I was hardcore dead set on giving this thing a revisions required because I was just like, this game is janked. However, and not my kind of janked, by the way. However, after spending some time with it and playing through a few more levels, I think it would probably be more fair to say that this game is just a more trials needed kind of game. I think it definitely has some controller issues and problems. However, I think maybe it's just one of those things where they just need more people to test it and run with it and figure out exactly how to fix all those little parkour control things. And it's true that parkour is pretty integral to the central game, so if the parkour feels messy, then that kind of makes the game feel messy. However, I think that middle of the road is pretty fair for this one. Yeah, maybe revisions required, but I think for the sake of it, because when I was into the game, it was really fun to play, I'm going to go with more trials needed. If you guys disagree, you can of course leave it in the comments, but for now, I'm going to call this experiment concluded. So, I hope you guys enjoyed yet another Janky's Lab. If you did, you can totally leave a like down below. Comments, positive, negative, you can leave those below as well. More than anything, I hope you have a lovely day, evening, or whenever you happen to be watching. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, this is Janky Shenanigans, signing out. Hey friends, hope that you liked the video. If you did, you can find more of my content in these links off to the side here. And if you really enjoyed it, you can become part of the year of 1,000 subs here on the channel and use that button down below to subscribe. More than that, I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, this is Janky Shenanigans, signing out.